Folks, let me ask the question. How many meetings do you sit in every single day, every single week, every single month? The number is probably more than you can count on your hands and your feet. It's probably you're inundated in terms of your efficiency. You're inundated in terms of your productivity. Your schedule is just off the chain, right? I have found a platform, and I've been using a platform. I advocate for a platform. You guys know I like to advocate as opposed to influence. And Fellow is one of those platforms that really allow you to kind of transform those meetings, transform that time that you're using with AI. I've seen the platform grow from doing a couple of things and now doing really a lot of encompassing activities that revolve around, again, making sure that you as an individual contributor and you as even a manager are using your meeting time effectively. This is going to be a conversation. You know how we get down here on a Creative Collab. So I want to bring on my friend Manuela so we can talk about Fellow.ai. Well, it used to be Fellow.ai. Now it's Fellow.app. What? I've been with you guys so long. Who knows what to call the company now? But Manuela, how are you, my
No,
friend?
Well, first of all, James, it's been so amazing to be your friend for so long at this point.
Yes.
Thank you for following the journey and for being a part of the journey.
Hey, hold on. See, you
Yes,
see, we
we have
representing now. Come on. This,
our
this,
fellow
this was not
mug.
staged, but we kind of
No.
planned. But
Yeah, and like you said, Fellow has been around for a few years now. I actually joined the company almost 7 years ago, which is crazy to think about. And it all originated as a manager's co-pilot. So our mission
mm,
was to help managers better manage their teams and their direct reports through more organized one-on-one meetings and team meetings. So from the very beginning, Fellow was developed with internal meetings and security in mind, like obviously for internal information.
right.
CEOs are very conscious, right? Like they don't want their internal information to be seen by people outside of the company or seen by the wrong people in the company. So even like though we started as a meeting management software, now this security first mentality helps us a lot in the AI era,
Yeah. Okay.
because now more than ever people are thinking, oh, I want to go with an AI meeting assistant that has thought about security and compliance from the very beginning. So I think that is an advantage for us, and an advantage of the fact that we've been around for 7+ years.
That's an interesting point. And I want to dive into that
Mhm.
because, again, with the advent of security, and especially with a lot of things that are going on just globally and things of that nature, having that front of mind, I think, is what sets you apart. Listen, I was looking back to, I was thinking, how long have I been hanging out with Fellow? I was my good friend Aaron Blatsky
I know. I
back
already
in
introduced
back.
you to us, I'm going to send her this recording as a way to say thank you for
There you go.
introducing
Okay, then well, I'll make sure I won't say anything bad about her. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, so yeah, back 2019, 2020, whenever when she came in. So again, so I've been kind of rocking with you guys and talking to I'm gonna drop names now. And, I've been talking to like Aiden and I've been talking to folks, telling you when the baby's ugly. And when I say that, right, again, it's actually being unbiased in terms of feedback, unbiased in terms of use case scenarios. I know I got probably some open tickets right now, but helping to iterate on the platform to make it better for various use cases. So that's where I'm coming in.
Yeah.
That's my only stake in the game, my only
and
claim to fame
and
or whatever. So
startups really value that, right? Like that's why we value users like you so much, and we hope you feel valued and appreciated, because we are moving so fast
yeah.
that having users that provide feedback, that are almost like an extended part of the team, QAing the product, sometimes sharing feedback with our customer support team, is crucial for startups to move faster and keep building.
Love that. So let's back up just a little bit because I
Yeah.
want folks to understand first who you are and your role
Mhm.
within the organization. You talked a little bit about what Fellow does from a security perspective, but I want to ask a hard question, and I want to ask how and where you think you fit in that vast sea of meeting automation platforms because there's so many out there. Don't necessarily have to mention all the names. You know who your competitors are, but
Yeah.
what differentiates Fellow from X, Y, and Z Chrome extension that plugs into Zoom or that plugs into
That's a
Teams or
great
whatever the case may
question.
be?
That's a great question. So let's start by introducing myself. I'm Manuela Barcinas. My position here at Fellow is head of marketing. I joined as the first marketer in the company back in 2018. So I saw the company from the early stages when it was in stealth mode. It was being tested, but the product was being tested by a very small group of users. And I was able to see the company grow and evolve and the product evolve over the years. So now I manage the team that creates content and campaigns to basically generate demand for Fellow and raise awareness about our brand. I'm super passionate about content marketing, creating very helpful and valuable content for folks out there. So, just as a fun fact, James, I don't know if you knew this, but my background is in journalism.
Yes.
So
Oh, I've
I
done my
love telling.
research.
I love telling stories. I
Yeah.
love creating content, and I think that's one of the things that I love doing here at Fellow. I also produce the podcast Super Managers. So yeah, we have a ton of content that my team is in charge of. So that's a little bit about me. On the personal side, I am originally from Colombia, so a proud Latina in tech, and I live in Canada. I've been here for 10 years now.
Love that. Listen, y'all think that I'm on stages a lot, doing the jazz hands and all. Man, well, every time I log on to LinkedIn or something, she's accepting the award, giving the keynote, doing the thing. So, you
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, I like to think. Hopefully, I'm also inspiring
yes.
other folks there, other Latinas out there. Hopefully, by posting those things.
No, because and representation matters, and to
Hmm.
see more of us out there again doing the thing matters to those that are with us today and those that are coming up as well. So give you them
Yeah.
flowers right there. So appreciate you for
Yeah.
giving kind of that
This is a
backstory.
quick message for those watching. If you're like afraid to post your achievements, you think it's like, like maybe bragging. I think you also have the power to inspire others with those things and uplift them if they're feeling like they can also do it.
Man,
So yeah, that's a little bit
that's
about
all.
me.
We gonna have a good. I told y'all we were gonna have a good conversation. This is not an interview. This is more of a conversation.
Yeah.
Aiden, my friend, I see you in the building as well from Reincubate. She's good people as well. Another
Awesome.
female in tech that's winning. Um, so again, so let's go into kind of the core of the platform, what it does, and how someone who may not know or who has seen advertisements for a lot of other AI meeting managers, meeting facilitators, meeting transcribers, things of that. But separate fellow from those, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
just some bullet points or some high level pieces.
Yeah, James, it's actually really easy. We like to say that a shitty transcribed meeting is still a shitty meeting.
Man, y'all, hold up, man. Let me make sure I get that because that's going to be all over the internet in about 2 hours. Say that one more again for the people in the back.
At Fellow, we like to say that a shitty transcribed meeting is still a shitty meeting, which means that you can use many recorders and transcribers that only take care of transcribing and summarizing the meeting. But if you didn't prepare in advance, if there wasn't an agenda in place,
Mm,
if you're not coming to the meeting ready to have a productive conversation, that meeting will still be a terrible use of time, even if you're transcribing and summarizing it.
my goodness.
So, Fellow is the only AI meeting assistant that helps before, during, and after the meeting. As you know, James, because you're a user, we are the only AI assistant that incorporates meeting agendas into
Yeah.
the meeting workflow. So, our users love the meeting template gallery to prepare for their meetings and the meeting agendas to make sure that their teams develop these meeting habits of preparing in advance and making sure that the meetings are a productive use of time. So yeah, that screenshot that you're showing there is an example of a meeting agenda in Fellow before the meeting starts.
Before, during, and after. And folks, if y'all see my eyes like fluctuate down to the bottoms, because literally I'm looking at my fellow, and
Mhm.
because that's where I have my running show for the. Listen. I'll be brave. Do a live demo. I'll actually pull it up on screen, but that right there, that key differentiation before, during, and after, right? Because again, a lot of times folks will just write down some bullet points or just write down some topics that they want to cover, but not really have a full grasp of call to actions and action items afterwards, follow ups afterwards, making sure that the meeting deliverables or action items or the concepts and the topics were actually gathered by everyone that's in attendance. And your algorithm, your AI, I tend to not trust 100% on any algorithm, but y'all really good.
The AI
You
recaps,
guys are
you've
really
been
good.
testing them.
Yeah.
What's
So
your feedback on it? Do you think they're accurate?
they are accurate and they're getting better as we continue to iterate.
Yeah.
I've seen, so again, not non-biased, and I'm not behind the scenes paid by fellow. I'm just drinking out of their coffee cup. But your team iterates faster than I've seen others with your major releases. So a lot of other platforms I'll see will come out with smaller releases with just some small glossed over features and functionalities. But when you and Aiden get on those YouTube premieres and those sessions and talk about the next release, 5 dot whatever, 6 dot whatever, there's a lot of stuff in there that's actually valuable. That's
Yeah.
actually usable day one. One thing that's huge about you guys that really attracted me, not just to the platform, again, not to be a marketing, to be a commercial
Mhm.
for you, but the fact that it's not just on the desktop, the fact that it's not just on the web, the fact that you got a mobile app. Good lord,
It's
I mean
everywhere.
that just makes sense now, and the fact that you've had that for a very long time from the beginning, because we all live from a mobile perspective. So having the ability to utilize a platform to manage our meetings, manage our conversations, manage those call to actions, manage all of those things mobily, and I don't have to be tied to a desktop or a laptop or anything of that nature. That was a huge determinant in me saying goodbye to that other platform. And I told Ashley, I told Aaron, I told a whole bunch. I
Mhm.
think I even told you some of the other ones that I was using, and I said goodbye to them and hello to fellow. Okay,
Hello,
watch
fellow.
out now. Put that on a t-shirt.
And James, I wish I could show you all the things that are coming in the next release
Mm.
because you mentioned the
We'll talk
mobile
about that. We'll
app.
talk about that offline.
Yeah, you mentioned the mobile app. You mentioned so many things that you like about the product that I think you'll just be so excited to hear they're improving like 10x.
Okay. So why do you feel, and this I guess is a personal conversation, and I may even know the answer. Why do you feel that you have to continue to iterate at such a fast pace? And I don't know if I want the business answer. I had this question written down, and again, I didn't know where I wanted to take it with. But why do you feel that you have to continue to iterate at such a fast pace? Again, I talked about some of the other platforms iterating at
Yeah.
a small chunk, but every single time again, you and Aiden get online and you talk about something, it's 90 degrees. It's a huge leap in terms of feature and functionality. It can't just be competitive. I
Yeah,
understand. I know it's a business. I know you have to be competitive and you have to bring value, but there-
I also think it's about showing the users that we really care about
yeah,
the feedback that they're giving us, right? As a user, it feels so good. And I've experienced it with other platforms.
yeah.
It feels so good when you provide feedback or an idea and then you see it implemented in like 2, 3 months and it validates your choice. And I think that, like you said, to be completely transparent, the AI meeting assistant market is becoming more and more crowded. We know that. And we're excited to be playing in this space. So I think that you have to differentiate yourselves in many different ways. One of those ways could be building a brand that people trust, right? But I think one of those other ways could be making sure that your users are super loyal to your product because they
Mhm.
know that you deliver. What are your thoughts?
It was kind of a setup question, and I think you were
Hmm.
starting to get there where I wanted to go.
Hmm.
But what I was looking for was that you actually eat your own dog food, meaning fellow uses fellow. Right,
Mm.
right. So again, you live in. I've heard you say it many times. I've heard it on the Super Managers podcast. I've heard Aiden say it all the time as well. You guys live in fellow all day, every single day.
Mm. I like
So
where you're going.
right,
Yes.
so it's not just me. It's not just us externally that are talking about. Man, I wish I had this. I wish the mobile app did this, or I wish we could do
Mhm.
this and this. You're actually living in it every single day, and saying this could be better. This should be better. Why? Because I'm using it every single day, and who's building it? Well, I'm building it. So let's build it. But that's it was a set
We
of
are
questions.
power users of the product, but
Yeah,
something that you just said made me think of something else,
come on now.
which could be like, yeah, very, very interesting. um Fellow uses Fellow, right? And I think that the fact that we ship products and new features so fast just goes to show how using Fellow allows us to have great collaboration, great communication between teams, and basically be an extremely productive company. And like you said, like, we eat our own dog food. Like, we're telling people you should be using these AI tools to be more productive. Well, look at us. We're shipping features every couple of months. Our teams are super productive. So I think we get to show people what it's like to be one of those super productive companies that adopt
Hmm.
AI
Yeah,
to be more efficient. Do you see where I'm going?
yeah, yeah. See,
Like,
we have an
we are
intervention
telling
over here.
people, hey, with AI, you could ship products faster. Your marketing team could be shipping campaigns faster. So I think that we need to be that example. We need to be shipping things faster because we're using AI in all parts of the company, including meetings, to be more productive.
And the fact that you're leveraging technology, leveraging AI. Again, I'm in enterprise technology. I've been in it for
Mhm.
4 decades. Goodness Lord, I'm old. Been in it for 4 decades. But again, just being aware that it's not going away. And those companies that are smart enough to strategically, I'm going to say, harness that knowledge and that information and those LLMs and things of that nature are going to be the ones, in my opinion, that continue to succeed. So the fact, again, that's been a one of the tenets, I believe, of where you are today and where you're going. Again, kudos to you and kudos to the leadership, you Aiden, and the entire team. They're just of pushing towards that direction and continuing to iterate, making the engineers work hard, having the hackathons. I think, was it you guys just had a hackathon or something last week or something,
Yeah.
and came out with some things. What's up with that? I love that.
Yeah. So our company is big on hackathons. We have two per year. And it's a week where everyone gets together and has the ability to basically hack any project that they have been considering for a while. Sometimes you have ideas for the product or ideas for processes inside of the company. And we are given 1 week to work on those projects. And many times the projects that the engineering team builds during those hackathons get released into the product in a couple of weeks. Like, it's really fast.
Nice, nice. Um, Folks, don't be afraid to ask questions. Listen, I don't have all of the answers, but I know someone sitting next to me who does. Okay.
I don't have I don't have all of the answers. But James, I did want to give you a sneak peek on something that's
Oh
happening.
shoot, let me
You
come on now.
mentioned folks on Fellows leadership team and our ability to iterate and adapt and teach others how to use AI.
Yeah.
Our podcast is taking like a big shift soon, and I'm excited. I know you've been following super managers for a
Yeah.
while, but Aiden and I have been planning what's next for super managers, and I the only thing I can say is that I think it will be extremely relevant for this new era of leaders.
And you're just gonna leave it right there. You just gonna like just drop it there, right? And not
Yeah.
gonna okay. See,
I'm
okay.
excited. I'm excited to show you. Maybe I'll send you the first episode before it's released so you
Yeah,
can give us your
we gonna have you
feedback.
can't just put that out there and see how they do me, folks. Good Lord. I've been hanging with these, okay. But that's good, right? Again, that again proves
You
that
have
you're
to reinvent everything in the
yes,
company, right? From the
yes.
product to the podcast to the marketing. Um, I don't know if you've noticed, but like, our website is also evolving so much. Our homepage is like the last thing that we're going to change. And I'm so excited about what's coming.
Yeah.
But if you click on product and go to features, for example, all those pages have been updated this year with our AI functionalities. For example, the features overview.
So that's interesting to speak of as well there, because I wanted to go into kind of the differentiation between kind of maybe a solopreneur and entrepreneur, because that's typically the audience in these sessions:
Mhm.
solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and digital creators. So the fact that you've got all these integrations, you've got the integrations with Slack, which unfortunately no one can get away from. I guess we all live in Slack just to some extent, but Google and things of that, but also from the corporate the more enterprise side, right? You've got the SSO integrations. You've got connections with Jira, with Asana, and things of that, and with Microsoft Exchange. All of those integrations, are there others that you're considering, or do you think that you've already kind of captured the crux of what's out there, what's relevant today, what's being used, right? Because there's a lot of things that are always coming out of the pike, but do you
Yeah.
think that you've got?
I mean, without giving away too much, all I can
Oh, see,
say
I
is
done picked on,
the,
I done got you
yeah,
somewhere. Okay.
yeah, the team right now is thinking about how can we get fellow to follow you in every single platform where you could have a meeting. Right now, we integrate with Google, Zoom, and MS Teams,
Mm-hmm.
but there are so many other platforms where people could have a call or a meeting. Even in-person meetings are back to being a thing, right?
I love that. Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that. Like in 2025, those three call providers or video call providers won't be the only way you can use Fellow. And then in terms of action items with AI in 2025, it's just going to get so much better. And it will be so much easier to sync action items from Fellow to your project management tools.
Let me let that marinate just a little bit. Syncing action items. Okay. I can read some. I can read some of the writing on the wall. Again, I'm letting that marinate just a little bit as I think about that. Because again, I'm looking at the integrations here. So something like a Notion, something like a YouTube, something like Zoom, and things like that. And I know where they are today, right? I know how
Mhm.
this integration, like with YouTube, works. I can embed a YouTube link into Fellow, and it's the aesthetics of it is actually something that I appreciate as well. That it comes
Mhm.
over and you recognize it as a YouTube link, and you show maybe I hold on. Okay, I want to break a demo, so I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. But again, it comes over and it's not the long ugly URL. It's actually you actually recognize that it's a Notion link or it's a YouTube link or things of that nature. Um,
Yeah,
th-
we have a product design team that really
okay.
cares about the user experience. So yeah, honestly, I feel super lucky as a marketer to be a part of this team that cares so much about the user experience, iterating so often on the product. It's a very, as you know, because you know a lot of us, like I think we're a group of people that really care
Yeah.
about this. So yeah, I only think 2025 will be even more exciting for us because now the space I think is getting more recognized. We're part of this new category that I think more and more people will consider in 2025. We know the percentage of people inviting AI meeting assistants to their calls is still very low. So I think the opportunity for us is huge.
Interesting that you think that it's low because I see it all the time. Well, again, maybe because you and I we're
You're
in we're
you're one
in
of
that
those
world.
you're
Yeah.
one of those super early adopters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's coming, and like a hockey stick in terms of adoption, it's coming, and I think we're okay. I agree with you. Then we're just at the bottom of that, and it's going to come, folks. Let me tell you something, and again, I told Manuel I'll probably fall on my sword here, and just be completely transparent. I was going to let
Mhm.
my subscription, my subscription to Fellow go. I turned it off. I said, don't update it when it renews. I think it was January or something like that. I swear to you, 20 minutes after I did that.
But you have to say it wasn't because of like you didn't like the
No,
product or you
yeah,
didn't
I'm gonna
like the
get into that. I'm gonna lead
recaps.
up to it. I'm a long-winded storyteller, right?
Yeah.
So, folks, 20 minutes after that, after I said don't renew, I got an email from Manuela herself. She's like, "Hey, uh, I see you. I see your account is about to churn." That was the word she used, using fancy marketing terms. I said, "Oh, oh, that means folks are paying attention." The reason that I did that, and again, in all transparency, is I have multiple environments that I use Fellow for. So I have the Hicks New Media side, and I have the corporate IT side. So I have an SSO integration, and I have mine for my own organization. Can't today have both of those calendars integrated into one. So I don't want to log out of one workspace, one fellow workspace, and then log into the other one to see those calendars. My dream environment is to have both of
Mm.
those calendars kind of integrated together. So I said, yeah, I don't have
And
that yet, so I'm
and I would
leaving.
love to. I know you're telling the story,
Yeah,
but I we have this functionality called multiple calendars or
come
something
on
like
now.
that. So after this, I would love to help you out with that and see if that works.
Help me to help
So
me to help me.
yes.
So here, let me actually show kind of what I'm looking at. So this is my fellow right here. Lot of stuff, but again, this is today. You see right now we're at this session right now. Me and Manuela, boom. I can click on that. But my other calendar has a ton of items as well. And just
Mhm.
not having to log out of Hickstream Media and log into the other environment would have been the desired platform. But when I did that, Manuela responded to me, and then I had some engagement interaction with the support team, and we talked about it. They said, hey, I know we don't have it today. We can put that on a request list. We can put that on a feature update or something like that, or in terms of something the team can work on. But just having that engagement, having that interaction, having that heartfelt conversation with someone saying, you know what, you're right, we're not there yet today. We value your feedback, and we'll continue to look into it, and we'll let you know. That right there was the reason why I said, you know what, bring me back. Forget everything that I said. I'm back, and I'm never leaving, and I'll continue to drink out of these fellow cups. But again,
Good.
that engagement and that interaction was the thing that brought me back. So again, long story short, I wanted to give everyone the truth that yes, I'm still paying for my own fellow. But again, yes, that there was a time where I said I was going to leave, but then Manuel came and
But we
hit
didn't
me over
let
the head.
you.
Yeah, I'm like, man, they're gonna keep getting this money. All right, sorry about that.
No, no, I think that shows we're all super involved in every part of the business. Yeah, we have this churn channel for those founders in the audience who are interested in how this happened. In Slack, we have a churn channel with automated messages whenever an account churns.
Right.
So if I
I bet it was a
receive
trip when y'all saw
like,
my name. That
I
was
saw it and I saw your name and I was like, James, what happened?
like, oh Lord, okay, okay.
So
I got
yeah,
to.
for founders, I think for founders in the audience or for your friends who are like tech savvy as well, like it's an interesting way to keep customers or customers happy, right? Like you have a churn channel with automated messages on who's at risk of churn or who churned, and then you can really quickly message those customers.
And the fact that such a you're not an early stage startup anymore. The fact that you're such a
Yeah.
good sized organization that touches so many large scale organizations globally. The fact that the Manuelas of the world, the Ashleys of the world, the Aidens of the world, I'm dropping names again, folks. This is what I do. But just the fact that there's a location where you are vested into why are my customers having these issues, and you probably are having a conversation about how to again iterate, how to make better, and how to do the thing. That again, people pay attention to what they pay for. So that again is something that I think will continue to allow folks to say, I want to continue to work with this company. I want to continue to be vested in this company. I want to use this platform. That's
Yeah.
what separates you from, oh, geez, I almost started mentioning some competition. I don't want to mention competition on
All
here.
good. We're not worried.
We won't
But
do
yeah,
that.
it happens to me as well, right? Like I use certain tools where I feel like I know the team personally, and we have like Slack channels together where I can message back and forth with them. And that keeps me loyal to that product, right? Because I feel like I almost like know the team.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's something really cool about tech. Like when you work or buy from like startups versus like tech giants, you get to work with the team on a more personal level.
Yeah, yeah. There's less of that red tape to deal with, and what's really cool right now. So, people watching, people listening, John here from Davidson's All Natural Gem is asking a question because he's saying, again, can we appreciate you for being here, man? So, the platform that I'm using, Ecamm Live on the Mac, right, to multi-stream this out to various platforms, could Fellow be used to essentially
Mm.
transcribe this session and then
I
turn
think
that into a recap?
I think the 2025 fellow will be able to do that. So we should do that with your sessions, James.
That's a good corporate answer, right? See,
Yeah.
that's again, you making sure not to give anything away, because I know right now Aiden's sitting in the back of the room and just he's sitting there somewhere in his office or in his dope home studio. Aiden, if you're watching, that studio is hot, brother. He's sitting there, he making sure that you're not saying nothing that you're not supposed to say. That's
Yeah, I will send him that. I will send him that clip. No, but it's coming really soon.
okay.
You should be able to download this video from Ecamm, right?
Yeah, so folks who know my workflow, it'll be all over the place. It's on LinkedIn, it's on Twitter. Again, I'll always call it Twitter. I'll never call it X. It's on YouTube. I have the local isolated copies as well. So and then I'll chop this up into clips. So I have the MP4 file as soon as we get done of the mix, mine and your audio and video. And if I could wow. Okay, yeah, if I could feed that into a fellow to gather out the salient points, to gather out maybe even do some editing, maybe even some video, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot more meetings, a lot more sessions. Even though, like you say, we're getting back to the face to face, we're still a Zoom, a Teams, a Google Meet.
Yeah.
What's the other one? WebEx. We're still all of those as well. But to be able to extract,
Yeah. You know what else you could do with Fellow? And I don't know if you've tried Ask Fellow Copilot yet. Have you checked it out?
I have a couple of times. I
It's
only got
like
a couple.
Chat
I only
GPT.
got a couple of credits though. Y'all got me at the
I
bottom
need to
tier.
I need to get you more. I need to get
Okay,
you
okay.
more
We'll talk about
credits.
that offline
Yeah.
too. No,
Yes.
watch out now.
But with Ask Fellow Copilot, you can basically use Fellow as ChatGPT for your meetings. Like you can ask it questions about your meeting data.
Okay.
So something that I've been doing, like I think it's like a power user hack, is asking ChatGPT to help me come up with social post ideas from information from my meeting. So let's say that you and I have this conversation, and now Fellow is almost like ChatGPT, but it has all my meeting transcripts in one place, so I can come up with LinkedIn posts based on our conversation.
You just alleviated the need for another subscription.
Yeah.
It just in my head, right? And so that's a story that I can tell folks when I see that or when I actually try that, because then I will
Yeah.
tell folks again, because again we're all trying to take advantage and leverage and be more efficient in our workflow, right? We only have a certain amount of hours within the day, and if I can lean on a particular platform to do a good percentage of what I need to do and do it efficiently, quickly, I'm gonna do that as opposed to having multiple
Yeah.
tools in the toolkit. I would like to focus on one particular tool in the toolkit again, because people pay attention to what they pay for, and we're willing to invest in platforms that do the thing for us. Man, okay,
Yeah,
this is
I
now
love that use
self-serving.
case.
Now I'm having more fun than anybody else. Let's do this because I want to be cognizant of your time. Let me ask you just kind of some best practices for folks who, because again, we're all out here again trying to leverage technology. We want to do that. Some of us still write things down on a day-to-day basis, but leveraging digital means, leveraging technology as we go to all of these meetings and things of that nature. What what are some best practices that you would give folks that revolve around the use of Fellow or Fellows type technologies? How can we be better every single day in terms of using our time when we engage
Yeah.
with our peers, our counterparts, our managers, our subordinates, things of that
Yeah,
nature?
I think right now, James, AI is like top of mind for all of us. If you're not feeling FOMO about AI and what other people are doing with AI, I think you should start like looking into it. So Aiden, our CEO, and I were having a conversation about this yesterday. I think some advice that I would share with folks that want to make using AI a habit is, for example, changing their browser homepage instead of like it going to Google. Just make it go to ChatGPT and see what happens for the next 3 weeks. Because your brain is going to start thinking, how can I leverage AI and language learning models to make my job more efficient? So that's something that's top of mind for everyone at Fellow right now. Even at our town hall meetings on a weekly basis, we ask everyone in the company, how are you using AI to be more efficient? Like we want to make this a part of the company culture. And I
Mm.
think it comes from the leaders at the weekly town hall meetings, company wide events. If the leaders are saying, I use AI for my job, then everyone will be more comfortable to say, oh, I also use AI for my job. So I think for the leaders out there, like, don't be shy to tell your team you're using AI,
Mm,
and experiment with it for every single thing that you do. Aiden yesterday was showing me how he uses AI to create formulas for spreadsheets, right? Like in the past, you would need to take classes and spend a lot of time to become an Excel expert. Now with ChatGPT, you can simply ask ChatGPT to create a formula for you. So yeah,
crazy. Yeah,
I think my
true.
advice would be, don't get stuck on your old ways, and every single day ask yourself, how could I use AI to be a little bit more efficient and incorporate AI into my daily habits? Because if, as CEOs, as leaders, you're building that mindset in your company, then everyone as a whole will start being more efficient, right?
I love that. I mean, again, I'm gonna be selfish because that validated something that I said. I was at a presentation
Mm,
yesterday, and I was talking to someone about some technology pieces and platforms, and they were stuck in some legacy infrastructure.
mm.
And what you just said, don't get stuck in your old ways because iterate. It's not coming. It's here. All right. We really need to leverage this technology. Don't be afraid of it, and actually find a way to incorporate it into our workflows. There's good, there's bad, but there's indifferent. And there's also things that are here to really make our lives much more efficient in terms of our usage. We don't want to spend all of our time in meetings. We got other things to do. Right. I
No.
got I
And
got kids flying in starting tomorrow for the holidays. So that's what
oh,
I'm
that's
focused on. Right.
amazing.
Right. So I
That's
mean,
amazing.
man. So okay.
Yeah, and in terms of meeting overload, you started this conversation by saying, how many meetings do you have per week?
Yeah.
Like, people are attending too many meetings.
Yeah.
And I think adopting AI technologies like Fellow allows you to say no more often. Because sometimes I say,
Yeah.
no, I won't attend that meeting, but I'll read the meeting summary. And I
Doesn't need
think
to be a
that,
meeting. Wow. Yeah.
yeah, or executives sometimes have, the FOMO of like, do I need to be there to know what was decided? Now you don't need to be there. You can just read the meeting summary, or you can read the chapters in the meeting, and if there's anything you want to ask, you could even ask Fellow without needing to ask other people who attended the meeting. So I think we're on this mission to like help people have fewer meetings, and that the meetings that they attend are actually productive.
Fellow that app, folks. That's what I use. That's what I get down with. All right. They
Thank you,
brought me back.
Jay.
I wasn't going. I was probably it was just pretending. I was gonna come back. I wasn't gonna let it lapse. But they called me on it, and we back. But really, again, transforming meetings with AI, leveraging technology. I will put a link to Fellow that app is within the description here. I believe I got a little something extra too. So if
Yeah, in your workspace, because you're an ambassador,
But
you get
I
to
got
give
a gang
you
of
get to
folks
give
that have signed, well, that have
yeah,
looked at my link. You know what? Hold on, let me see how many
you
people.
get to give folks a 10% discount on their first year of fellow.
Hush your mouth. Is that it? Sure is. Offer 10%. Come, come on. I did.
And
I would.
this wasn't planned, folks.
No, see, you could tell from my reaction. I wouldn't even. I didn't
Yeah.
even look at the 10% discount. I was looking at the other piece,
Mhm.
the other numbers that I'm striving for. So, man, I'm gonna make sure y'all get this link so you can check out Fellow, take advantage of it. 10% off. You see at the bottom right when you log in, there's a little AI assistant that goes right to support. I haven't had to wait longer than 10 minutes for them to respond, and boom, they're on it, and they're very responsive, and they're very effective, and give you guidance in terms of how to use the platform. Manuela,
Yeah.
what you're doing?
I would
Go
love
ahead.
to send that clip to our support team. They'll really appreciate your feedback.
Well, I tell them all the time. Come on, they
Yeah.
just make sure they working. We don't want to
They're
give them too
amazing.
many
We
accolades. We just
do, you asked me how we differentiate from other AI meeting assistants.
yeah,
Our support team is next level.
yeah, they're dope. I will say they're
Like
good.
you said, they reply so fast. Like, their response rates are seriously like some of the best in the industry, and our support leaders are incredible. So yeah,
Okay.
I don't say it just because they're my teammates, but we know we have the best implementation and support teams in the AI meeting assistant space.
Gonna say, let's get some shouts out. Shouts out to Myrna. Shouts out to Ashley. Shouts out to Matt. Oh, I got some Aiden in here too. I must have really
Aiden.
listen. When you get Aiden in it, that must mean I really done made somebody mad. Michaela, Darcy, gang of folks. Alejandra, Tara. I've been bothering y'all.
You've been, yeah, you know
I've
everyone.
been I've been bothering y'all for years, man. Emily, oh my gosh, I got everybody up in here. Ariana, okay, let me stop. Manuel, where can folks find you next? Because again, like I made that statement that if I'm not on a stage somewhere, you're on a stage talking that talk and uplifting folks as well. Are you doing any keynotes or any conferences or any sessions externally in the near future?
Well, I recently emceed SAS North, which is a Canadian tech conference. I hope I'm invited to MC again next year. We'll see. I think I will be there. But if folks are watching this, I would love to connect on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn as a social platform. So feel free to connect with me, send me a message if you have any questions. And same thing with our CEO, Aiden. He's super approachable on LinkedIn. If you want to send him a message or follow him, both of us are always posting about productivity, employee culture, and now efficiency with AI. So, yeah, we hope to continue bringing valuable content about AI in 2025.
Love it, love it, and I will also put those links in the description to both your and Aiden's LinkedIn profiles in the description for these videos. My friend, have a great day. Have a good weekend. Have a good
Same.
holiday. All of those things. I
Cheers with
appreciate
our
you.
fellow
Oh
mugs.
man, hold on. Let me get a screenshot of that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Be good, my friend. Listen, folks. If you found value in this, let me know. If you did not find value in this, still let me know. That's what
Also,
we
let us
do.
know.
Yes, right. That's what we do, right? We are here to entertain, enlighten, and educate, and hopefully we did some of that today. You guys be good. Take care of yourself. We out.